Oh, I was muted the whole time. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna briefly cover everything that I just said. um, so today we're gonna be doing things differently from the other streams, and I'm going to be working on Project Urgot as requested by Urpog. And this is the concept that I was showing here. And I made a version of the concept with Timo's icon included because it was like very well defined, and I really like all the texture work he did there, so I want to make sure that is also replicated in the model as well. Then I made an additional version of the concept which has like all these outlines so I can better see all the shapes. And I'm modeling this in Maya because of all like the technical lines and all that, so I want to make sure that I get it as accurate as possible. Okay. We're back on track. And I'm not hearing any music right now. I'm not sure why. Should be hearing music. Bit messy today, guys. Sorry. Okay. That's okay. We'll just go ahead. You might. Do you guys hear the music? If there's any of you in chat. I think what I'll do first is actually model the head. And I'm actually going to grab a sphere. And I don't want to pull up Zbrush right now because I only really use Zbrush for very organic stuff. This model is very, very technical, so I don't want to use ZBrush. I may use it at some point. Can I lower the opacity on these, by the way? I can. Cool. Just gonna lower that opacity a little bit. I'm gonna turn that one off. And just kind of roughly get a head shape. Should be perfectly circular. Okay. And I think that's fine. I'm gonna actually grab the sculpting and just shape it up a little bit. I don't think the jaw matters as much to get perfectly circular. And his face does stick out a little bit too much. Now what we are going to be doing with this model is actually give him like multiple emotions, kind of like what they do for TFT with different textures. You can see there's the after the cast. I think these were, not sure what these emotes are for, but I guess explorations or whatever. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff with his face. How many of you guys are in here? There's 2 of you, or just, are you guys seeing, you guys hear me well? What's going on? Let me know, please. My OBS is telling me that you guys can hear me and also hear the music. I want to make sure that is, yeah, you do? Okay, awesome. Alright, so I've got the head down, I think. Now it's time to get technical. I think what I'll do is actually make it live. And then I'm kind of doing new things here because I've never really gone like this hard for a hard surface model like this. But I've been doing like a lot of modeling for silhouette in Maya, so I want to honor this concept as close as I can. This might not be the best way, but It is what I feel most comfortable with for right now. This is not at all representative of my regular modeling process, because I don't typically do these type of hard surface, like project skins and stuff. So there is kind of a shape here, and then it kind of just add that. Comes down like this. And then another time comes down. Okay. Thank you, Tom, by the way. Okay. Right now it's constraining to the actual shape of the circle or the sphere, but that's okay. I think what I'll do is like make a very rough outline and then actually bring it into Zbrush so I can start like sculpting it. Oh, this is... I'm using the Create Polygon tool here to trace out the horns. Let's create polygon again. And it comes in through a tube there, which I think I will merge. Where's my outline? I need to grab my outline concept. Yeah, the original concept is a bit rough, so I had to go in and like really define these edges. But that's okay. He gets the idea across. That's all that really matters. It's not always necessary to have like a fully rendered out concept. It's helpful, but not always necessary. Sometimes it's just important to get the idea across. Okay, and then this is reversed, so I'm going to reverse it. There we go. And then I actually have to grab the side view. On the side view. That is flipped, so I have to flip this. -90. Okay. And what I'm going to do is actually try to realign that. And then I'm just going to create poly again and trace it out. I assume the shape is going to be slightly different. And in that case, I'm just going to sort of like figure out how to blend those 3D wise. Okay. And let's grab this vertex, push it in. And then I'm going to reverse. So what we're seeing here is the front view. So we have to conform the front view to the actual side view. And it's going to be a little bit rough, but trust the process.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because
And let me know if the music is too loud, because I genuinely cannot hear it.
With chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at
I can also just go in here into the side view and
ask your doctor or
move
pharmacist
stuff
about
around.
Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you
Make
against
things
pneumococcal
easier.
pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated
Something
with
going
other
on here.
pneumonia vaccines,
All
Prevnar
fine.
20 may
Thank you,
help
Tom.
provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is
I'm
approved
not
for
sure
adults
what's...
to help prevent infections from 20
What
strains
was
of the
that
bacteria
I
that
did?
cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continue to prove
See,
and
now
may
it's
depend on a
actually
supportive study. Don't get
misaligned.
Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the
I
injection
wonder
site,
if
fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain.
that's
For full
my
prescribing
fault or the
information,
concept
please
artist's
call
fault.
1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to bring up the
Discover, this is Daniela.
alpha
Hi,
game.
it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so
Okay.
special. I earned cash back
Let's
on
see.
debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone
Yeah, I
cash
made
back
it
on
a
everything
little bit
purchases.
too
Anything
high
else I
up.
can help you with?
So
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet?
side
I've
view.
got leftovers.
I'm just gonna
Introducing
grab
Discover
both.
Cashback Debit, a checking account with cashback. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Actually, yeah, that one too. And just try to outline roughly. I'm not usually this technical with stuff, but yeah, again, because this model is so very technical, I have to do things a little bit differently. I could sculpt it in Zbrush, but yeah, I want to like actually try to be as close as possible. Things are getting pretty rough. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna end up doing actually instead is just bringing this into Zbrush. This is just not working. Horn. Again, sorry for being a little bit messy. I don't typically work like this. Import. And let's grab our head. Where's the head? I call it a horn. Is that the horn? That's messed up. To triangulate. Export. Horn trace. Export selection helmets. Import horn trace, and then, excuse me, import helmet. Okay. And I guess we are just gonna sculpt it in ZBrush. So I'm going to add no smooth. I'm gonna add thickness. So that way I can get that in there. Now I don't really know how to use like the reference thing that a lot of ZBrush artists know how to use. So I'm just gonna like roughly guesstimate where this needs to be. I mean, because it's for League, like it's not too important to be absolutely perfect. Like I said yesterday, like when we were texturing for the in-game and not to be as accurate to the concept as much as possible. You have to approach things a little bit differently when it comes to different mediums. So I need to see this part. Like that. Bring that in a bit more. I'm not really good with hard surface modeling. It's definitely not my strength, but I'm trying. We are trying and struggling. Might apply and then add some subdivision, delete, Dynamesh. There we go. I don't really care if it starts looking organic in Zbrush, because I'm just gonna end up making it not organic when I retopologize in Maya. I feel a lot more comfortable when I retopologize stuff in Maya. So I don't really spend too much time in Zbrush, like sculpting things to finish, like most artists I write do. I wouldn't even say most, I'd say like some really good ones. Like the guy who did prior, the base model, he sculpted all of that in Zbrush. So the final output is like pretty close. But I feel like it takes a lot of time to sculpt. And it's just not necessary for League, I think. But, I mean, every artist is different. So I'm going to pull in a tube here and try aligning that. I already have, so I made like a base body for Urgot that I would use anytime I make Urgot stuff. So it makes it a lot easier. I don't have to work from scratch every single time. I do that for any champion. Like if I'm thinking about, oh, I'm gonna make a skin for Graves or Braum or Katarina, I go ahead and just make like a base body that I can reuse over and over. And if I want to change stuff specifically for that skin, then I do that. The base body is super easy. Welcome, Ari and Marty. So here's the base body. I also textured it as well, but the texture is not exactly the most handsome looking for Urgot. I don't think he's a very handsome guy. Well, in his own way, I guess. Okay. Let's angle this a little bit. Kind of position. And I'm gonna activate back face. Yeah, his face. Trying to position that to make sense. I think we'll just go with that for now. And then I'm going to kind of shrink the width on this. And I'm going to grab the Acu curve. So I think the polygons are getting a little bit too dense up there, so it's not really going to listen to me. I'm going to half through Zbrush. Start like rounding out that edge. Oops. Round it out a little bit, and then Acu curve I'll handle it from there. Well, I thought I would. Okay, never mind. Then I want to add back some thickness. It is quite thick on the side view. Roughly like that. Might lift this part up. This is not my concept, no. This is made by, let me look up the name. This person, his name is A Houseplant or Sin Circus on Urpog's Discord. I don't really know the full name. I'm a little impatient person, but will Cat at ASU be published? And thank you for your work. If you guys are really excited, I might post like the base version of her model, so you guys can play around with it and maybe give feedback. And that will be after like we've redone all the animations and stuff. I can't say exactly when, because I'm not sure how long it's going to take. What is going on here? I think I have two meshes sitting on top of each other. In that case, I'm going to do auto group. Select one. Modify, delete, hidden. Okay. I don't know where that came from. I mean, I'll let you guys know on Twitter. This looks too easy when you do it. Well, good. Because I'm definitely not struggling right now. Yeah, this is not my strong suit at all. Hard surface stuff. But I'm trying. Maybe this wasn't the best thing to stream. I'm gonna mirror it. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually, let's see, duplicate the helmet. Delete the subdivisions. Just gonna do a quick Z remesh, half. And make it higher poly, and then I'm gonna go in and actually mask out this jawline here. I hate Urgot. You are not alone. I think not having that little belt thing is kind of messing me up a little bit. I think I should have made that. So it kind of follows the horn here for a little bit. I was looking up like hard surface modeling videos before, and really wasn't that helpful. Everybody likes to use Z Remodeler, and I'm not very comfortable with it because it has so many options inside it. See, kind of comes down like this, and then straight line across. This should come down more. That That looks about right. Except I think this edge needs to be extended up. And I'm going to look at the side view here. This side view concept is also a bit rough. I'm gonna have to like guesstimate. Something like that, I think. Ability he has slows me because I'm main Katarina, I think. Urgot is easier than Katarina, you think? Katarina? Yeah, I mean, probably. I don't really play Urgot at all. But the little bit that I did, like in a custom game, just testing stuff, I guess it could be easier. In Katarina, there's a lot of stuff you have to focus.
It could be me. Inflammation.
Urgot getting a face tattoo of a beard SME. The headpiece looks a bit too far forward based on the concept.
That's
That
why
is true.
I asked my eye doctor about Zydra.
Unless the
Zydra works
ball
differently,
isn't the head
targeting
shape.
inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
It's supposed to be like the screen part,
It can
but
provide
yeah, I
lasting
might
symptom
have
relief
to
in some patients with
shrink
continuous
it in a
use.
little bit.
Prescription Zydra,
Even
with
though his
Fantastic
actual
Ophthalmic
face goes
Solution
out that
5%,
far,
is
if you
approved
see.
to treat the signs and symptoms of
But
dry
I think
eye
it's fine if
disease.
his
Don't use
head
if
is
you
like
are
a
allergic
little
to
bit
Zydra.
smaller.
Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Call 1-877
I'm gonna mask out this
visit
part,
Zydra.com and ask your
and then
doctor about Zydra.
delete hidden.
The mission: get your holiday gifts on time or your money
And
back.
then I'm going
the answer,
to
Etsy. Use code
view
JOLLY10
mesh.
for 10% off your first
Actually, wait,
purchase.
half.
Maximum discount value of $50. Expires December 31st, 2023. Terms at etsy.com/terms. To claim refund, see requirements and exclusions at etsy.com.
Sometimes your mesh isn't that great.
What a day.
Can I
Any ideas
actually
for food tonight?
shrink it down
What
to
about
like
one of those
2?
Schlotsky's bundles?
Bundles?
Yeah, with a 4-sandwich
And
Sammy
let's see what
Sampler
happens.
bundle. Or a pizza
Yeah.
4-pack bundle with a salad.
It just
Plus,
removes some parts.
we can get Cinnabon
I hate when
mini
it does
buns.
that.
Schlotsky's has done all the thinking for
He
us.
has
One price feeds
head
all
under mask.
4 of us.
How come I never get hero music for cutting the lawn?
Okay, I'm going
Whatever.
to
Schlotsky's
use
bundles. 4 sandwiches or
these
4
two
pizzas
faces with
a
multiple
salad. It's
references
dinner
to the
figured
same
out.
vertex. What does that mean? I've never had that problem before. 2 faces with multiple references to the same vertex. Okay. Just gonna add some thickness here. How thick is it? It's around there, and then let's add back that element. Okay. Because we're viewing from top down, I have to keep in mind like the emotes here is going to be like the most notable feature. So I want to make sure that this sphere is giving us that view. Which means I might have to pull like his forehead back a little bit. He might be a full robot on the skin. I'm not sure what the lore is just yet. Okay, I'm gonna take the base body and actually select lasso and hide his head. Get back some of that shoulder. Hide, okay, invert selection. It could be a full robot on the skin. Maybe it's like an evolution of the cyberpunk Urgot, where like later on down he became full robot. embrace the robot. Jen is a journal project. Kenan is crying right now. Yeah. You were working on that for a while and then you just kind of dropped it. I am the exact same way. Okay, I'm going to block out some of the shoulders here. Now, base Urgot, the body that I did was kind of based on Butcher Urgot, so I made his shoulders like huge, but it looks like there's none of that here. So I'm going to shrink it. I'm going to actually delete his head and close the hole. Keep my smooth brush lower strength. Uni and then lost the files due to correct zip. Oh wow. That's why you gotta stay organized. So from what I understood, you do sculpt in Zbrush and then you go to Maya for topology so it becomes possible to animate. Yeah. To animate later, yeah. I do like to sculpt in Zbrush, like it's very useful for making very organic forms. But for me, I find it's like a lot easier to block stuff out in Zbrush instead of like trying to like, I'm not a very technical modeler. I do stuff more organic. So for me, like Zbrush is the perfect tool for that. So that's why I just quit like modeling in Maya for the head and was like, screw it, I'll just throw it in ZBrush. Okay, I didn't know it was possible, but yeah, Maya is quite limited when it comes to sculpting stuff. Yeah, ZBrush is literally built for sculpting, digital sculpting. So let's check out the back here. Okay, so I'm just building out the shoulder piece here. Has a little bit of a beveled edge, or not edge, but like thickness. But this top part kind of sticks out. I'm not exactly the best sculptor, but I do enough in ZBrush to kind of block things out. Where it gets really important to make sure stuff is good is in the low poly retopology phase. I'm going to, where's my merge? Merge down. Just kind of shape this up a little bit. And from the top down view, I don't want it to be like a straight line, so I'm going to curve it just a bit. And that should also give access to, yeah, it does actually curve, to whatever stuff is supposed to be happening underneath that. Might bring it closer. There's Autodesk, Mudbox. I've never used Mudbox. But if I see everybody using ZBrush, I can't imagine it's somehow better. And I'm going to decrease my, or increase my subdivision, back face mask. I'm gonna bring this edge up. That, just tuck it in. Okay. Mudbox is decent for sculpting. I believe it. Have you used it before? Can we get 5 likes? Yeah, now that you mention that, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. this probably isn't like the best thing for me to stream right now. You guys would probably prefer to see me working on Katarina. But I mean, if you guys are interested, I'll keep streaming Urgot and I'll do it like a couple more times. I just want to see what you guys are thinking. You prefer project over anything? Okay. To some of you, it might be interesting to see how I figure this stuff out as well, so. And then I'm going to Dynamesh. So that way it blends between those two objects that I made. And I'm going to decrease the poly count. This one is interesting, I like to see process, especially in real time. Okay, good, yeah. That's great. It is a struggle for me, but, you know, it's okay. If you guys like it, you like it, and I'll keep doing it. Oh, I need to increase my strength. There we go. Not really worried about getting like the perfect hard edges here, because again, we worry about that in Maya when we did retopology. Shoulders might be a little bit too long here. So I'm just gonna shrink it. Just eyeballing the concept. And I think it's a little bit too big here as well. Just like that, and then the shoulder has a lot of space for the actual armor piece. I want to make sure that I give some room for that. Also for whenever he does his animations. As far as I know, he doesn't actually move that arm. Well, I think he does when he does his E. This arm is pretty much always in this position, so I don't have to worry about that. He does like point it up sometimes. But I think this is good. Again, I might have to like curve it around the shoulder. Just so whenever he lifts that arm up, like it doesn't clip. Or that I don't have to weight this part to where it also moves. Because it looks like this is a pretty hard armor piece, so like it's not flexible. So I want to make it in a way that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not exactly following the concept now. But what I might do is shrink this part, tuck it in. And he also has that front part. What I'll do is actually like merge these so that I keep that edge. Nah, that's not gonna work. Get a sip of water. Okay. This kind of reminds me of that one Halo Reach character. I forget his name. Was it Emil? Where he had like that face paint on his helmet. Such a throwback. Oh, there's also that, I think, Modern Warfare character, Ghost. That kind of reminds me of. I have not played that game, so I played some of the, I think I played Modern Warfare 2 and probably the first one. I know I played Black Ops. Just dynameshing. Clean it up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm actually going to duplicate that part and bring it out into the chest. Sort of like that. Now it looks like kind of separates a little bit. I might have to make that middle part a bit skinnier. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this now, because it actually looks like it's shaping up well. The early stages is always going to be awful. Always. Doesn't matter what artist you go to. It's just not going to be perfect. So I guess I have to not be so hard on myself and think about it that way as well. Again, Zbrush is really great for blocking out. Like, you wouldn't really be able to do this in Maya. Might bring this part to curve up. His neck is so short that I don't want to cover it up too much. It might be meant to, though. I want this part. Okay, there we go. In that case, I'm just gonna tuck this in. I don't know if he rotates his head in animations. I think he does. I know he lifts it up, so that's why I'm leaving like a little bit of open space underneath. Don't want to like fully merge that. Leaving a little bit of breathing room. And the back here kind of blends into a whole spine. So I'm going to push this out. Starting to get a bit rough. Want to keep that straight edge, kind of. Something like that. Urgot's built pretty weird. Okay, and that's okay. Again, I don't worry too much about getting perfect shapes.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like
Blocking
asthma,
stuff out.
diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or
Might
older,
bring this
you
down.
are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist
It's
about
not sticking
Prevnar
out too
20
much.
pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia
I feel pretty good
vaccines,
about that,
Prevnar 20
honestly.
may help provide added protection.
I'm
Prevnar 20
gonna
is approved
make
for
his neck
adults to help prevent
thicker,
infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal
or whatever's
pneumonia.
left of it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction
I mean, I
to the
don't know.
vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune
I don't
systems
think
may
he
have a
uses
lower
his
response
neck
to the
that
vaccine.
much.
Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call
Keeping in mind about the animations that he's going to be doing
1-855-213-2138
later, so that's
or
why
visit
I'm
Prevnar20.com.
trying to be careful.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there. He's a busy soccer dad.
I think we'll just leave it there for now.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other
Um,
things come easy, like banking with
let's go
Chase.
back
And a
here.
tip from his banker, he set up autosave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer
This
camp.
part feels
Smart
good.
bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Autosave
Now
requires a
this
Chase checking and savings account.
chest,
Chase mobile app is available for
I
select
think I'm
mobile
gonna
devices.
make it
Message and data rates
like
may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
larger than normal. And it seems like it's like a block pretty much. What I might actually do is just take his torso and then duplicate, hide. Just gonna take this part, delete hidden, mirror it. I want it to mirror the other way. If you ever want it to mirror the other way, you just go to deformation, mirror, and that'll flip the whole thing, and then you mirror. Something weird is happening. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna end up softening. I'm gonna close holes, and then let's see, I'm gonna increase this subdivision, delete, and then Dynamesh. There we go. Now we get a smoother version of his torso. Topology is a bit rough, so I like to Dynamesh again usually. And then also half my Zbrush. I always keep adaptive size to 0. Now, this Urgot, I don't think he's meant to be depicted as like having so much of a belly. So I think what I'll do is like actually make him bigger. This might look weird. Because I have to like work with this silhouette. This might be too weird. He's looking like, never mind. One of those people you see at Walmart. Why is this so, okay. Oh, this side view. Not the prettiest. I like to use lazy mouse whenever I'm using the pinch brush. I decrease the strength. Oh, I see why. I want it to smooth out. There we go. I want to see the polygons. So I'm just kind of like roughly shaping up this part. Are you gonna work on the Katarina ASU off stream? This might be too much, but I have a request. Can you add hands, blood magic, particles, and the dagger? Yeah, I wanted to add some like blood magic to her idol animations, just like Minigami did in that concept. I'm going to increase the strength of this. And then when I overuse the pinch brush a lot, I like to do another Dynamesh. So here I'm actually kind of focused on the edge. I'm just gonna bring that down. It's gonna look weird for a little bit while I figure this out. I think what I'll do is duplicate this once again. I'm gonna separate out this top chest plate. Kind of like that. So we do see a little bit of the fabric underneath. And then comes down. It's kind of like this shape. And then straight up. And then it goes up. Okay. It's me, Houseplant. If you have any questions or need me to clarify, thank you. Let me know. Thank you, Houseplant, for popping in. Houseplant is the guy who did the concept for this. I'm just trying to make sure. I don't care too much about that middle part. I might just do it as like a separate piece. So I'm just worried about that edge. That looks about right. So I'm gonna mask that. Select and then delete hidden. And then sometimes I like to go in here and group loops, kind of helps to clean up those edges. And then as you remesh, obviously. Kind of. Make sure that's mirrored. I'm gonna go back to this Urgot body and decrease it a little bit. It's a little too big. Urgot is just one of those characters that it's kind of hard to do. But I always appreciate when Urpog gives me challenges to do Urgot skins. For those of you who don't know, Urpog is a challenger Urgot main. I think I've included his link below in the stream. Yeah, check out his YouTube. He's also a streamer. Pretty big one, I think. He also has his own Discord and some like sub tiers, VIP, whatever. If you want to check that out. Okay, dynamic, oh, autosave. And that is a good reminder to save. Good lord. Zbrush. I'm gonna call this Project Urgot. Always save. Okay, add some thickness. I think I want this part to be kind of thick. Maybe. And then I'm gonna pinch. Just kind of shape that up. It's not gonna listen to me, so let's do move brush. Yeah, if I had remembered how wide Urgot's body is, I wouldn't have made his waist so small in my concept. I knew it was wide, so I adjusted the little belt to help with that, but sheesh, he is wide. Yeah, he is very wide. And I don't want to make him like too skinny to where it like doesn't really match up with his silhouette. So I'm kind of like, I think this bottom belt part I just might make a little bit bigger to kind of cover up some of that, and that should help. But I think right now kind of like the straight shape looks good. That side view. Maybe I cinch his waist a little bit. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird because it's like he has no belly. I almost feel like this part should be higher. And I don't know if that's going to cause any issues later. Wait, let me look at his face body. I don't think it will. Like, I want to make his chest higher. Let's do that. Did I merge this? Nope. These two meshes, okay. Merge down. Lift it. I don't think it's gonna cause issues later. Should be fine. I think the biggest elements about his silhouette is his gun and his 6 legs, because Kravgot's waist is cinched AF. Okay, I haven't looked at his other skins and compared, but I believe it. We love a cinched waist girly. This is reminding me of that one meme where like the waitress puts or she like tightens her apron and she gets like an hourglass figure. No one likes a waist over 9 inches. The shape. Ooh, I accidentally hit the expose button. Urgot yeeted himself. How do I undo that? I hit it again, right? Yes. Blessed. Okay. I was going to do a Dynamesh. Lower the resolution a little bit. Okay. Zbrush. Half again. Okay, that's good. Increase the strength of my smoothness brush. Is it 9 inches? Is that what the meme says? Or was it 6 inches? I think that was from some like German musical or something. I brought back his kind of tubey waist. But I mean, I think the belt is it'll cover that. Like, I don't think it really matters. Okay. What is going on here? Go back to, oh, I already flattened it, okay. Does this have edge loops? Yes, it does. So what I'm going to do, there's a specific smooth brush. It's like smooth groups. That's gonna help to preserve that hard edge. So it's under smooth groups. And it's gonna help to smooth that out while maintaining that edge. I only recently discovered this brush, or this brush. Although it doesn't seem to be, well, let me do Zbrush, keep groups. Dynamesh might be better. The only thing with Dynamesh is that it kind of gets rid of your hard edges. Yeah, that's not helping.
Typically work by lubricating the eyes.
I can do.
That's why
I'll do
I asked my
Dynamesh.
eye doctor about Zydra.
Zydra works differently.
And then I'm going to try deformation.
Zydra? No!
It can provide
Polish
lasting
by
symptom relief
crisp
in some patients with
edges.
continuous use.
Yeah,
Prescription
that kind of
Zydra,
helps.
Lifitegrast ophthalmic solution 5% is approved to treat the
Something
signs
weird
and
is happening
symptoms of
there.
dry eye disease. Don't use if you are
Where's my
allergic to
concept?
Zydra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Call 1-877-4-ZYDRA or visit
Oh.
Zydra.com and ask
I brought
your
my heart
doctor
edges back.
about
Poggers.
Zydra.
Urpog.
Join us at Starbucks for the most magical time of the year, when we don red aprons
Poggers.
and handcraft delicious
Cool.
holiday drinks in our festive
I just
red
learned how to
cups
hard surface
help
model
you
today.
in the holiday spirit. Stop into a Starbucks and taste the magic for yourself.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
We should never have let AI out of the box.
The creator is now available.
Yeah, I want to quit messing with this part because I think I'm spending a little bit too much time on it. I'm gonna grab Aki Curve and kind of like sharpen out that edge.
Also featuring original music by Hans Zimmer.
That has an angle. This part just comes in. Don't really see it.
December 12th, rated PG-13. Bonus features not rated.
I want to give some space for those shoulder armor pieces to shine. I think his face is around the height that it needs to be. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit so we can see that jawline. See what this smooth groups does. Okay, and then I'm going to Dynamesh this piece. What is going on? Oh, it has a hole in there. I'm gonna grab back face and just kind of roughly cover that up. Okay, Dynamesh, smooth it. I'm going with a damn standard brush and bring back that edge. Oops. Bring back that color. Do I still have back face? Yes. If I were sculpting this, it would take forever. And again, when it comes to leak stuff, like I kind of like to work quickly. I'm not gonna have like a mesh with multiple texture maps, like normals, roughness. For leak, it's just a diffuse map, so it's not really that important, in my opinion. To spend so much time sculpting. I feel a lot more confident when I start actually texturing, and that's when I start like really defining stuff. This part is a little bit shorter than the artwork, so let me just tuck that down. I want it to be the same thickness across. Again, I'm losing that edge. There. That's good enough for now. I want to bring some of that thickness back, so what I'll do is kind of like make the edges kind of go up a little bit. So then the inner part kind of caves in. But hopefully enough to where you can't really notice. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Might need to make it a little bit thicker, but actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Good enough. I want to block out the shoulder armor on his left arm. Has it been an hour, by the way? I think it has. So I might call the stream here in a little bit. pretty good progress for today. I might do a little bit more work off stream just so I can. Although you guys said you found this part interesting. But yeah, it's kind of like this same process. Where's the... Okay, there's no side view of the arm, so that's okay. I'm just gonna grab this and pull it down. That theme is playing. See, I can't hear it. I don't remember what that theme sounded like. How thick is this, by the way? It might be like that. So I can show like a little bit of that leather stuff going on. And the belts coming in. Kind of rough here. Grab the AccuCurve and pull that down. I'm gonna wrap the stream here in like 5 minutes. Thank you guys for coming in and watching. I know this isn't like, this isn't Katarina, this isn't what I usually do with modeling even. I mean, I do sculpt in Zbrush, that's definitely something I do in my workflow. I mean, it depends on the model, like, if it's like a pool party skin, by the way, you don't have to really model that in Zbrush. Like, it depends how simple it is. I'm feeling pretty good about this so far, so. Thank you, Tom, for joining the stream. Again, about 5 more minutes. Obviously, there's nothing I can't like test this model in game just yet. I'm just sculpting. Gyangheim Him Tran. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't remember. Oh yeah, you were the houseplant guy. Okay, my bad. Your names are different everywhere. I got confused. Okay, I'm just roughly blocking out that shoulder piece. Don't care too much to get into the nitty-gritty details. And then maybe what I'll do is block in those cylinders, like those grenade or bullets, energy source, whatever it is, for the belt. I'll probably like do a proper model in Maya of these and then duplicate it across. But for right now, I'm just like blocking in the position. Duplicate. Let me make sure that's... Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's right. Pull it back. And then last one. I'm gonna duplicate this, and then merge down the other ones. And then mirror. Let's see how that looks. It's not bad. And then he'll have a belt here that will kind of, even though it's not really there in the concept, I might do like a little something there that kind of sticks out and kind of helps to bridge the legs with his body. Yeah. So not bad. Let's bring back his base body. So I think this is it for now, guys. That's all the progress for today. If you like the stream, make sure you like it, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get to know whenever I'm going live. And I think tomorrow, tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. We'll go back to Katarina, so you guys can see that. And then whenever I do the next stream after that, it will be back on Urgot. I'm going to be probably doing a little bit more work on Urgot off stream because he is a requested skin from Urpog. And yeah, but that's it for today. Bye. See ya.